Welcome to the Renegade Fight. Today's episode, we'll be talking about the intro to Florida State versus Florida. The game is today in Gainsville, Florida. This is a rivalry game for us. It is a rivalry game for Florida. This is a heated rivalry. So let's talk about it. The University of Florida comes into Saturday's game, which is today, with a 3-8 record. Led by interim head coach Billy Gonzalez. These Gators have had a struggling season this year, losing multiple games. And in these losing multiple games throughout the season, they also fired their head coach, Billy Napier. And just playing bad football altogether this season. But somehow this rich rivalry versus FSU always is a good game no matter the record. Yes, Florida has had a struggling season this year, and it dated back from last year up until this season. Yes, the University of Florida have been debating for at least a year and a half, possibly longer, about firing their coach, Billy Napier, being on the hot seat. And of course, they are like Florida State in a sense that they didn't really want to do it right away. Wanted to see if Coach Napier could turn the program around. But somehow, some way, that did not happen, and it led to the firing of Napier earlier this season, probably about a few weeks ago. And yes, Florida has been playing bad football, but they do have sparks too. They do have players that can give them a spark. Um, Not only that, this game rivalry between Florida State and Florida is always a heated matchup. You're talking about an in-state rival. You're talking about two schools that is right near each other. You're talking about players, high school players that have played with each other or played against each other in high school. You're talking about players that one grew up a Florida State Seminole, one grew up a Gator. You're talking about a rivalry that just runs deep. And all of that comes out in the week of the Florida State-Florida rivalry. And Florida has key wins this year. They beat Texas this year. And just in case you missed the game, Texas beat Texas A&M last night. But Florida also beat Mississippi State. They also have key losses. And the key losses that they lost to South Florida, they lost to LSU, they lost to Georgia, and they lost to Ole Miss. But when Florida loses, they lose close. When they win close, but they can win by 10, 12, 14 points as well. So you don't know what kind of Florida team you're going to get on Saturday. But by this being a rivalry, I think you're going to get the best Florida team that you've seen all year because they want to prove a point in the rivalry game. Florida State comes into Saturday's game looking to get a bounce back win versus an in-state rival. Coming off a disappointing loss to NC State, these Noles are looking for a big in-state win. And also, if we get a win, we can go to a bowl game. Yes, Florida State we've had a rocky road this year, but we've had a good road. Yes, going from last year, it was 2-10, and that was totally unacceptable. But we've had a bounce back year somewhat this year. We are 5-6 going into this game today, and not only are we going into this game at a record of 5-6. We're looking to get this win. We need a win bad. Not only do we need a win for a bowl game berth, but we need a win to get back on top of this rivalry because we lost to Florida last year. And it's time for for us to repay Florida back. They beat us on our field. Let's beat them on their field. And we did lose, excuse me, to NC State last week in a disappointing loss. And we lost a lot of games this year through a disappointing loss. So we need a bounce back this week. Not only do we need a bounce back, we need to play like we want to win. Not only do we want to play like we want to win, we need to play like everything is on the line. And it is on the line. But we need to play like everything is on the line and leave it all out on the field. And not only that, Coach Norvell, we hope that he and the coaching staff has a good game plan for today, so that we can get this win. If you need some notes in this game or in this rivalry, Florida State this season, we have notable wins against Virginia Tech, Wake Forest, and Alabama. Of course, we have other wins as well versus Kent State and East Texas A&M as well. I know those are two cupcakes, but they're wins and they go on the record as well. So we have those wins there. We have key losses. We lost to Virginia. We lost to Stanford. We lost to NC State. And we lost other games as well. But we have to figure out a way to bounce back today and get this win. Next note, Florida State won this game in 2022 and in 2023. Those years felt very, very good. 2022, we finished the regular season at 10-3. And in 2023, we finished the season 13-0. So this feels really, really good to get those wins there. But we need to get another win this year as well. Next note, this is a deep-rooted rivalry, as we talked about. I can remember, if my memory serves me correctly, back in 1996 season, we played Florida twice in the same season. And I think we played Florida twice in 3 weeks. We played them the last game of the season. We went on to the ACC championship and won it. And we played Florida in the national championship. Well, in 96, there wasn't no what we have now, playoffs. And there wasn't no 14 playoff. And there wasn't no 8-12 team playoff. We were in the BCS era where the top two teams of the nation, NCAA, would play each other for the national championship. So we played them in the last game of the season, went on to play our ACC championship, and Florida went on to play their SEC championship. And a month later, because you got to get ready for the bowl game, national championship, we played Florida again. And if I'm not mistaken, I think in that year of that rivalry, the games were split. I think we beat Florida in the regular season and they beat us for the national championship. So it goes deep. Championships are on the line for this rivalry. Whether it be ACC, SEC, NCAA, national championship, whether we're in the conversation or not, this matters. Next note, key names in the rivalry. We have head coach Steve Spurrier, who coached Florida for a number of years and was an awesome coach. I loved seeing him coach on the field because he was an innovator. He was a creator. He was a good coach. He to me he is like the face of Florida. When you talk about Florida and their coaches, Steve Spurrier is like the face of their program. Um, you have from Florida as well, quarterback Tim Tebow. We all know what Tim Tebow did on the football field. Heisman Trophy winner. Uh, Dating back to one of his games, I think it was a rainy game, and he got a touchdown and he got up. He was not mad but excited, and you had the red paint all over his face, all over his jersey. Uh, that's that rivalry. Florida State, Florida. That's that rivalry. We have from Florida as well. Running back Fred Taylor, who is a legend in his own right for the University of Florida. Went on to play with the Jacksonville Jaguars and is a legend there as well. Some say that he's on the ballot for the Hall of Fame, NFL Hall of Fame. So we have people in this rivalry. And then quarterback Danny Werfel also played for Florida. He was a good quarterback. Um, Next note for Florida State, we have the great Trey Benson. We all know what he has done here at Florida State. He has had some big games against Florida State. Trey Benson played for the Noles in 2022 and 2023, and he was a awesome back. Love to see him short in stature, speedy. When he broke a big run, he broke a big run. Uh, Defensive back Jalen Ramsey. Oh my goodness, what can you say about Jalen Ramsey? When I say sideline to sideline, when I say north and south, when the ball was snapped, Jalen Ramsey was there knocking on the door. And when he knocked on the door, he kicked the door down. And he made plays all over the field. Jalen Ramsey, a Florida State, Florida game legend. Um, and then you also have Ward Dunn, who also came through this rivalry, and he lit things up. I mean, he ran well, touchdowns. Those were the good, great years. Then we have Peter Warwick, uh, awesome receiver, awesome special teams player, bringing back kicks and punt returns. Awesome. Love to see him play. Florida State legend. I tell you what, I might watch an old game today just to get me hyped for 4:30 this afternoon. And the late, great legend himself, Bobby Bowden. When you talk about this rivalry, like you talk about Steve Spurrier, the great legendary coach himself, Bobby Bowden. This, I think helped build this rivalry the way it is today. When you talk about coach, he is an awesome coach, a legendary coach, innovator, creator. I tell you what, Coach Bowden is one of the greats in all of college football. There's second to none. He's second to none. And I tell you what, when you talk about Coach Bowden and you talk about the Florida State rivalry, his name will always, in anybody's conversation, should pop up. Moving on, next, players to watch in this game for Florida State. Mandrill Desir. I tell you, this defensive lineman playing on this defense, look to see what he's gonna do today. I believe he'll have a good game today. Player to watch because he's one that he's gonna get tackles for loss. He might get a sack. If he don't get a sack, he's gonna be pressured on the quarterback close enough to where he could get a sack. He causes trouble. Uh, of course, if you've been uh, uh, watching program episodes and past episodes, and if you're new, a subscriber to the Renegade Fight, Mandrill Desir, I call him. I gave him a nickname a few months back. I gave him a nickname, he and his brother, called the Troublemakers. And the reason why I called them the Troublemakers is because when the ball is snapped, they're relentless. They don't take no for an answer. They get to the backfield, they get to the ball carrier, and they make plays. And if they don't make plays, they cause enough trouble at the line of scrimmage for one of their teammates to make plays. So Mandrill Desir is a troublemaker for Florida State, making plays all over the field for not only himself but for his teammates. Receiver Deuce Robinson. Uh, of course, he's over 1,000 yards in receiving. We need to see what more can he do to um, get down the field and get the catches. I kind of want to see just a little bit of some hard yards from Deuce today. We know that he can catch it over the top. We know he can get big gains, but I kind of want to see him get some hard yards, 3, 5, 7 yard catches, and get the first down versus just over the top. Because I think Florida is going to be ready for just the over the top game. I want to see Deuce get some hard yards to throw the defense secondary off from Florida. Javon Boggs, he's been coming along as of late, and I want to see him get some catches and some game time play. Get him involved. He is an awesome pass catcher. I want to see him make plays um, in today's game. Defensive lineman KJ Sampson. Oh my goodness, he is like Mandrill Desir. Ball is snap, cause trouble. And I think he's going to have a good game as well. Get some tackles, some tackle for loss, and maybe a sack or two. He's a player to watch. And then moving on, keys to the game. Keys to the game. Florida State, offensive line. Keep penetration on Florida. And when you keep penetration on Florida, when the ball is snapped, your job is to push the line of scrimmage, get Florida off balance, keep Florida off balance. And when you keep Florida off balance, you got to get first downs. First downs leads to touchdowns. And if for some reason you can't get a touchdown, a field goal is fine. Yes, we don't have the best field goal kicker in America, but I feel like if you can get him to a close enough range, you can get a field goal. I've been noticing when Weinberg misses a field goal, it is because he's plus 35 or further. We got to get him in the comfortable field goal range to get a field goal. So it's up to the offensive line to keep penetration. And if the offensive line keep penetration, moving the line of scrimmage back for the playmakers, like Singleton and Sawchuk, and Deuce and Javon and Pittman, then we can move the ball as an offense. So it's offensive line. You're the heartbeat of the game today. That's one of the keys to the game. And Florida State's defense as well. We got to play as one unit all game long. Uh, we got to get tackles for loss. We got to get interceptions. We got to keep and stay in 3rd and 5, 3rd and 7, 3rd and 9, 3rd and 11. We got to keep Florida in that range of third downs so that whenever Florida goes for it, it'll be a punt and not trying to go for it to get a first down. So the defense, hey, you're also the heartbeat of the team today. And not only the defense, we got to make these plays. Coach Tony White is done a great job this year on the defense, coaching the defense. Yes, we've lost a lot of games, but our defense have played in a lot of good games this year, keeping us right there at the end. So the defense play as one unit. If you play as one unit and play Florida State football, there's no doubt that we can't win. So we'll be right on schedule if we can stay true to all of the news and notes and stay true to what we're supposed to do on the football field. So that's all we have for today. This is the introduction of Florida State versus Florida rivalry game. Just in case you need some more notes, one note left. The game is today at 4:30, ESPN2. So like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend about us. I am your host, RDJ, and go Noles.